I've been meaning to address a lot of the stuff that was commented in my last video. I'm always getting straggler comments, whatnot, and I think the wake up call was this latest one was saying that I was delusional. Now, don't get me wrong. The whole video was a rant and a tangent, and maybe it was some act on emotion whenever I was talking about Eden. But I wanted to clarify a few things and just make it more digestible, I suppose. So most of the comments I got were, hey, yeah, you want to play PvE, we got it. And that's not the case. And there was a lot of good points out there, even though most of them were being, just fanboys and wanted to yell at me. I mean, it's the same thing I did. Talked, I said some things about Eden and no one really liked that. And you're entitled to your opinion, just like I was. I do want to clarify, though, Eden is Eden. Eden made their own streamlined version of Dark Age of Camelot. Is it better? For some people, yes. There was a comment, or actually a message I got in Discord, and someone mentioned that they introduced their kids to Dark Age Camelot, and they said, in comparison to how it was to now, their kids better understand it, how Eden is structured, and that's great. That's one way of, showing someone new Dark Age Camelot, and that's great. I'm super happy that his kids were able to enjoy that and experience Dark Age Camelot in their own perspective, which is probably going to make different memories for them, and they will probably won't find another MMO that's quite like it. And the one thing I really wanted to touch on, and that was just one example before I get too far, that was just one example. Obviously there's people just, griping and complaining about it, or just didn't like my opinion on it. So people are pretty drawn to just being an asshole and, just talking. With that being said, I wanted to explain that Dark Age Camelot is primarily RVR. Even in the past, RVR PvP, especially whenever Mordred was around, that is the bread and butter of Dark Age Camelot. The point I was trying to get across, and probably it didn't make any sense, was whenever you're in a group compared to solo, the drop rate is completely fucked. Like there's no consistency in it, right? If you're in a group, you get more drops than you would solo. I got it. Completely understandable, right? Whatever. However their formula is that they have to make it where whenever you're grouped you get more loot, great, cool. But having that, how it used to be in Dark Age of Camelot, where you just solo level, and whether it be slow or fast, you still have the same chance compared to a group killing faster. You're going to get more loot when you kill faster, right? And if you're solo, you're going to get the same chance for loot. It's just going to be slower, possibly. And where I was getting at was Eden's drop chance is altered heavily. If you're in a group, you're going to get more loot no matter what. Which, whatever, some people love that, and I get it. I understand it. And if I'm comparing apples to apples, that would, I would have more of a structure of a defense. But now I'm comparing apples to oranges. The soul of Dark Age Camelot is gone. Even though PvE was not like a true, Dark Age Camelot wasn't a true PvE game. It mainly revolved on RVR or PvP. There's a lack of adventure. There's a lack of knowing or discovering something new. That's completely gone. And I wasn't tailoring saying that I want to be a solo player. I don't like soloing. Sometimes I like it. It just depends. But I like grouping. But the grouping aspect and how society and how culture has changed with games in general has changed dramatically. So not a lot of people really talk anymore. But you will find some groups that are very talkative that when you join the Discord and you'll have conversations. But that's it. It's not how it used to be. And I mentioned whenever I made a video of my time with Dark Age Camelot It says some really positive things about Camelot in general. I love Camelot. I met a lot of cool people. I grew up with people. It was constantly, we're constantly doing something different for the most part. I mean, most of the stuff was streamlined. It was either, farming for artifacts or scrolls, or hey, let's do this PvP, relic defend, or keep tower defend. It's kind of like the same thing, but in Eden it's kind of ripped out, where it's very streamlined. It's very like, this is how it's going to be played, and it's pretty much the same as Dark Age of Camelot way back then, but it's faster and it's very streamlined. It's very linear, and people just want to get to the PvP. And that's the last I'm really going to say about it. Eden, how they made it, whatever. Some people love that, and I'm not bashing that so much, but it's difficult to go back to a game and it doesn't have that same feeling anymore. I really want to experience Eden whenever I first experienced Camelot. I know I'll never get that noob feeling back again, but Eden is just Eden, man. Like, there's so many things that's changed, and the RVR is there, but it's not Dark Age Camelot, and I stand by that pretty strongly. And the whole solo and grouping thing, I'm pretty sure what I think is people misconstrued the information and my bitching and griping with I want to be a solo player, and that's not the case at all. Like, I don't mind soloing, but I want to have the same ability if I was grouped compared to solo. Like, just keep the loot tables the same, but they were altered, and I don't think that's fair. Another person mentioned about like the stealth group, how they're nerfed and all this other jazz. Yeah, cool. I mean, I don't think anything should be changed to cater to anyone. If it's a stealther group, I got told about the side stunning, that the side stunning's always been that way, which it has not. The side stun, especially if you play on Blackthorn, the side stun is very narrow. Like, there's a narrow field to stun someone or a mob or whatever in that window. But Eden has opened it up broadly. I was told to get good, and whatever, it is what it is. Now, maybe our memories are altered, or maybe we remember two different things, but whatever it may be, I know there was a little bit more skill involved. And anyway, I won't touch any more on that. But with that being said, yeah, I more so was looking for the old spirit of Camelot, and the spirit isn't there. The people are more toxic, and I mean, just looking at my comments, I believe I have like more dislikes than likes, because of course people are, they're just upset. But the comment, I think I have like 150 comments of just going back and forth, and it got, pretty tiring after a while of just the same thing. I was called delusional and a few other terms, but again, is what it is, man. Wasn't trying to offend anyone. I was just saying my opinion, and it got to this point where I had to make something for clarification. But yeah, I mean, games like this, especially in the past, people did PvE. You would see people in random zones, dungeons, XYZ, and people would do that. Even though there's RVR, some people, if there's a blend of it, why not experience both worlds the same way? I'm not saying the PvE was massively like, had a lot of depth to it. It was just kill, farm, blah, blah, blah. Whenever they released new zones like Catacombs, it was really cool. You got to explore new zones together, new loot, stuff like that. That's what I mean. Like, having that sense of exploration and just, killing stuff in a different area away from other people, or doing it as a group and feeling like you conquered that area, or but it, times have changed, and people are not looking for that. They're looking for, hey, I need to get to this level right now, like immediately. I don't care about the PvE shit. I just want to kill people, and that's fine. I mean, that's why Camelot had a good blend of both. So, especially if you compare it to like people said EverQuest a lot. EverQuest was a truly PvE game because it didn't have PvP until later on. If you compare it to things like Warcraft had heavy PvP, but also had a big environment for PvE. And you had your, obviously rinse and repeat dungeons and raids and stuff. But there was a good blend. But they also gave you a reason to, there's a quest drop in this area that only this person has. So I feel like if Eden ever did something like that, it'd be really cool. Give you a sense of just exploration and, that old MMO feeling. But yeah, the reason I hit on this so much about the PvE aspect and the RVR and the differences between the two, and people just don't like hearing PvE in this game. If that's the case and people don't like it, like obviously even just from this video, I'm sure people in the game have their opinions as well that they want to do RVR. Just get rid of PvE then. Just make instant level 39, have a template, level 50, have a template, skip the middleman. Just do eye level whatever. If people are so, just not caring about PvE, what is the point of PvE then? What is the point of raiding? What is the point of following this Zerg where most of the people are AFK, just, and then you have your group of people that are just, the good old boys and girls. It just becomes like just boring and repetitive. So yeah, I think the old days of MMOs are gone. There's very few people that really want that. And then another argument was Eden is the best server, which I don't agree with at all. There was a couple servers like Genesis and Phoenix that came out and they did pretty well. Kind of the same idea. There was like a rinse and repeat, but other than that, it's the same thing. If you have two options, one is a paid subscription to play Dark Age of Camelot on live servers, and the other one is free. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the free one. No duh. But other than that, I did briefly play it on Blackthorn. I think Blackthorn has a lot of potential. They're kind of doing the same thing that Eden wants to. They want to build that community. They want to have people grouping. It's a bit slower, and I wasn't able to play it as much as I wanted to, or I would have liked to. But I believe Blackthorn has some potential, and if we have another server up that has like competition with Eden, I think that'll kind of bring like a healthy medium. And if it splits the population, whatever, people are going to play what they want to play and what they're comfortable in. And I don't know, Blackthorn just feels more alive. There's so much more in it with what they're doing with the maps, finding quests. I'm not sure what they've updated since last time I played, but it just they're trying to make some changes, and it's not adding a board that can blow up a keep, and like quality of life stuff that's seems very unique and I don't know, different. Something that's taking the old soul of Camelot and improving it in some way, shape, or form, but trying to keep the same integrity of it. Now, that's just me speaking for right now, and it may change once it releases or once it actually becomes fully released. And I hope the best for both servers. So, and yeah, I think that's all I'm really going to say about all this, and hopefully that clears that up. I still stand by Eden's its own server, and it's not the Dark Age of Camelot we remember. And if you didn't know Camelot back then and this is your experience, then yeah, I guess this is how you're going to remember it. But other than that, yeah, that's it. I hope that calms some egos down and some crazy comments I've been getting. But yeah, I hope everyone takes care and can enjoy whatever MMO or whatever version of Camelot they like to play.